Mm. Hello, everybody.
Love it. You're ready to
I'm here with Talia Castro-pozo. Hello, Talia.
Hi, Trish. How are you? I love it. You're ready to dance.
Yes, yes. I love salsa. Now, Talia, let me introduce everyone to Talia, the woman of salsa and the producer of Latin Mondays, celebrating 19 years, and it has expanded to all parts of New York City. Hello, Talia.
Hi, Trish. Nice to see you. Great to be here.
Yes, yes. You've expanded to Bryant Park, Midtown. Did you think that salsa would be blowing up the way it did?
Well, definitely we seen it coming in the past decades, right? And continues to popularize. Thank you to Bad Bunny now. It's a new thing for the younger generations and to have salsa again being number one. And for many people that don't even speak Spanish to be into these songs, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's great.
I've been to one of your events. They are tremendous and they are so big that I'm sure one day you're going to have to open a whole nother block and it's just going to be
For-
make it a two-block party
Thank
because they're really fantastic. If anybody's visiting New York City, there's Latin Mondays in Bryant Park. Also, Fridays you have salsa. Where do you have salsa on
Tonight
Fridays?
I'm going to Midtown Dance, and that's on 34th Street by Greeley Square and Elsie Rooftop. So two amazing events. One, it's free, right in the of
Yes.
New York City, and the other one is in a very sophisticated rooftop with live music. So we have it for all types of events.
Yeah, so for people who say you can't get anything New York City, no way. You can get some good salsa and you can just, do your exercise and come to one of the salsa
You
events.
can dance.
But Talia, you started dancing at 3 years old
Yes.
and you became the youngest soloist at the National Ballet of Peru.
Thank you.
And then by 14, you won. What did you win at 14?
Well, that's when I started to make money as a professional dancer and joined the National Ballet as a soloist. So definitely was the time of independence for me, and realizing that this was going to be my career, you know?
Really, at 14, you knew what you were going to do.
Yes, I was passionate about dance and I was excelling fast, and my parents
Wow.
were very supportive, and I was able to really, start making money, and at 14, making money in Peru during a very also unstable political time. My parents were in politics, so they didn't want me to be there. So for me, it was also a way to be able to start to travel, have the money to travel, and of course, come to the US because my mother had some family here, and go to Europe, Asia, and start to really take my dancing to the next level because Peru was not competing or able to compete with
Right,
other countries that
right.
have so much better school of ballet.
Yeah, yeah. Why is it so important for you to have dance accessible to the wider community? Because I'm sure it's something that you push for.
Yes, I mean, ballet is very elitist, right? Ballerinas, the ballet world, it's a big it's a big bubble because
Yeah.
we train so hard. Ballet dancers are the hardest working athletes, and they don't really get, any awards for it, and it's just
Recognition. Recognition, yeah.
no recognition at all. And definitely, I think being able to bring popular dancing to people for free, and to create community in these very uncertain times. It's very exciting and it's very needed. Everybody needs to be in a group with other people. And I
Yes.
think that's what salsa dancing, Latin dancing does, right? It's very different
Right.
from the ballet days, brings a lot of happiness and people come together and are smiling and moving their bodies.
Yeah.
So it's a very different type of dance, and at a much bigger level it's much more important, and you're making a change, and you're better in this world by committing to entertainment at that level. And
Oh, yeah. Now, but when did you change to salsa? Because you were a a prima ballerina. So when did you change? When you came to New York City?
Yeah, coming to New York was definitely the hardest as far as training goes because here are the best in the world. So I was anorexic, I broke a leg.
Oh my
So I was
goodness.
like, what am I going to do? Am I going to have to go back to Peru to continue dancing or do I want to stay here and just further my abilities and really further into Latin dancing, modern dancing, jazz, anything that could allow me to grow in the industry. And that's at the end what I wanted. I really wanted to learn from the best and I wanted to be in the best place to be able to compete with the best, and that was a great decision because that really was what opened the doors for me to start to further my knowledge into other styles of
Right.
dancing, including production and managing dance studios and getting into acting. And that was really wonderful. I'm glad things went that way because I think that I
Yeah.
will be dancing maybe at a ballet company, and I wouldn't be as happy, perhaps, because, like I said, you're in a bubble and that's all you breathe and you learn and
Right.
you do, and, you have no life.
Yeah. Well, how old were you when you came to New York?
I came for the first time, I think, when I was 16 or 17, and then
Okay.
I came back at 19, and that's when I decided to stay, and I was admitted to the School of American Ballet, and I was able to get a student visa and stay. And then,
Okay.
of course, I had to also seek for other opportunities for sponsorship because it's
Mhm.
always difficult, right, to be here. So I was lucky enough to get a job that sponsored me, and that's also part of the reasons I got into ballroom dancing. Ballroom dancing was also a big part of my dancing career. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I love ballroom dancing.
Yes.
I mean, I will sit and watch Dancing with the Stars, not only for the dancing, but I love the costumes.
Yes.
I mean, it's just so dramatic and so beautiful, and I just really love ballroom dancing. So tell me, I know that you're a mom, you have 2 kids.
Yes.
Yes? Talia, tell me, your 2 children, do you bring them to your events, and do they show any interest in dancing?
Yeah, I bring them to my events so we can spend time together because my summers tend to be so crazy. So I love for them to see what I do, and my events are so much fun. Many families, many kids come to learn. They don't love to dance. My son likes to dance. My daughter
Okay.
it's a little bit shy, but they are not passionate. I was at that age. I was already very passionate about.
You were already passionate at that age.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh my
I
god.
couldn't get enough. I wanted to dance all day. My mom had to sign me up to be doing weekends. I mean, I was dancing all the time. So it's a very different passion what I had than, they're more
Right.
passionate about playing. They're still kids. And I'm trying to
Well, they're babies, yeah.
and they're young and I'm trying to respect
Yeah.
that. I don't want to be, I don't want to push them too hard. I wouldn't want to be one of
Right.
those show moms that just,
Right,
I'm
right.
trying to take it easy on them.
Yeah, no, you don't wanna push. I remember Grace, because I graduated from the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and she would see my headshots on the walls, and she approached me at 5. She was 5 years old. "Oh, mommy, I wanna be on TV. I wanna do
There you
that."
go.
And I said, "Absolutely not." So, she finally persuaded me at 9 years old,
Wow.
and I said, "Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot." And when she booked a pilot for PBS, I said, "Okay, I think I made the right decision for her, and she loves it." As long as they love it, that's the thing.
Yes, correct.
Because I wasn't gonna push her. I told her, "Listen, I'm not going to support you, spend all this money on classes and energy to go into the city, and if you don't have a passion for it, if I don't see your energy,"
Yes,
right?
and it's so
Same.
competitive that you really have to, you have to be prepared to work really hard for something that you love.
Exactly.
And also,
And you already had it. You already have it.
yeah,
You had that at that
yes,
age.
for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, your kids are not 9 yet, are they? Are
that's
they
right.
9
My
years
son
old
just
at
turned
least?
9. My son just turned 9,
Oh
so
my
he
god.
loves to play, he loves sports, he loves swimming. So, we'll see. Yeah,
Right. So you don't know, what he's gonna do.
that's right.
But let's talk about your roots here. You come from Peru,
Yes.
which is fantastic. I heard Peru's a beautiful country. I hope one day to visit Peru.
Please,
Believe it or not, my
teach
my
me.
daughter-in-law is Peruvian.
Nice.
has Peruvian blood, and I would love to go and visit one day with her. But how do you feel about what is happening right now with the Hispanic community? Do you know any friends or families or colleagues that's experiencing the impact of what's going on right now?
Not directly. I mean, you watch those terrible videos and the families being separated, and that's what kills me, because the kids are not. It's not their fault, and
And they don't even know what's
they don't
happening.
even know. A lot of them have
Yeah.
been born here, so it's just so sad to see that they are separating families, that they will keep families in these terrible conditions. They're not even jail. They sleep on the floor. I mean, it's just very sad because I think America has always welcomed, immigrants and has always been,
Yes.
doing the right thing when it comes to the crisis that we have. It's a world crisis. Everybody's displaced. Everybody's looking for opportunities everywhere in the world. It's just such a tough time, that we all have to help and, try to do our best.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what these families are going through, and I try to speak out as much as I can
Exactly.
because it's just an injustice that they're doing this to American citizens
Yes.
that happen to be Latinos and Hispanic, and it's an awful thing.
Abs-
But I can't imagine how difficult it is for you to juggle everything that you're doing, right? You're a mother, you're a producer, you're a choreographer, and I know it's not easy, but once your kids get a little bit older, you'll have more time to focus on your business. But with that being said, do you plan on someday maybe going back to a teaching environment in a studio?
I don't think so. I love to teach and I prefer to be invited to teach, Broadway dancers or do choreography on TV or on sets, on film,
Yeah.
commercials. That's so much more fun. Having a business, as you know, it's very hard and time consuming and doing your own
Oh yeah.
business, paying rent, and dance studios need to be like 20,000 square feet. So when you have a huge overhead in Manhattan, of like 37 or $40,000 a month, it's just very stressful. Rents are super expensive in the city. I feel much more happy bringing the dancing to the people at different places and being able
Right.
to, try to balance my being a mom, and working and doing all the projects that I'm
Yeah.
doing. And that alone is hard. So I don't see myself,
Yeah.
wanting to go
Right.
in a dance studio or anything like that anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness you have a supportive husband also, which is really
Yes.
nice, able to support you. But you also do choreography. And I did read that you choreographed for The Godfather of Harlem. How exciting was that? And was it a difficult thing to do or you just fell right into it?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I've done choreography for film before in a lot of commercials, and TV is great. I mean, I love the fast pace. When you're choreographing for a camera, it's very different than choreographing for theater or for shows. Everything has
Oh,
to be
right.
much more condensed and fast and, turning and movement, lots of movement. So it's really fun because is adapting to whatever environment you have, whatever period, specifically the 60s. That show was focused on the 60s, which is the golden era of mambo in the city. So it
Oh,
was
okay,
really
mambo.
amazing to have the music is just really excellent. And also the costumes, the colors, the mix of Latinos back in the 60s with that, first immigration or that group of immigrants that came in the 60s
Right.
to the United States, specifically to New York. So it was so
Yeah.
much fun. I loved it, and we had amazing directors, and I feel that I was also learning so much from them, in the
Yes.
dancing because it's such a collaborative,
Yes.
environment. Yeah, it was great. So much fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful. You're also dipping your feet into acting. I think you were in a couple of co-starring shows. Tell me about the one you did with oh my goodness, with Claire Dane.
Yeah, Claire Danes and Jesse Eisenberg. Yes, I've been doing acting, a lot of commercial acting since I was, I guess, in the 90s, 2000s, with the whole Latin boom that really happened. We Latinos were able to shoot commercials in English and Spanish and do voiceovers. So I feel like I took advantage of that boom and was a great opportunity for Latino artists like
Yeah.
myself to grow in the business. So acting was definitely a must, right? So put myself in conservatory and started really to pursue, mostly commercial work because commercial work pays better and it's easier than doing theater. Although I'm going to do a little theater project soon, but doing TV, especially working with someone like Jesse Eisenberg and Claire Danes, was amazing. It was such a
Oh,
dream come true in a great
right,
show.
right.
Fleischman is in Trouble. It's a great show on Hulu. You guys should check it out. And
Oh, I did see it. No, it was a great show. No, I did see it, and that's how I learned of you, and I knew that I had to have you on my podcast because I knew that, you were a salsa dancer, and I said, "Oh my god, she was fantastic in this role playing." I think you played the
Good
nanny,
nanny,
correct?
yes, which is like not a lot of acting because I have my own kids too. But I did have to get very mad at Jesse Eisenberg for being late always,
Yeah.
and I had to definitely have my judgments as a nag to them, the main characters of the show. So it was really
Right.
a fun role to play.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fantastic. So what do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years with your salsa or acting or what do you wanna what are you looking at?
Well, I am employing a lot of people. Talia Productions, my company has
Oh,
expanded. I cannot do all
okay.
the events myself. So I have a wonderful group of people that work with me and, great actors, great dancers, great MCs, DJs, musicians, and people that I hire on a regular basis to do jobs in the city. So
Oh,
I
wow.
see
Okay.
definitely Talia Productions expanding, growing, continue to grow and continue to work with artists even closer, because there is definitely a demand. Managers, agents often have too many clients, so they're not able to really, follow through with their artists often. So who knows? So maybe even do a little bit more of that, in the near future, helping the new generations to grow in the business as well.
Oh, definitely. I didn't hear you say Broadway.
Broadway too. Yeah, it's funny. I'm gonna do a workshop, it's a play before it becomes a play. It's a workshop for investors to see if they want to be interested in being a part of it. So I'll be doing 2 weeks
Oh.
of a play in September. So I'm very excited to do theater because I haven't done much theater. And it's really
Mhm.
because of the huge commitment. Theater, live
Right.
performing, it's a huge commitment. You have to do shows every night, you have to rehearse. Right now I'm trying to again get back to memorizing lines and something that I haven't done in years because TV people were known for doing teleprompter, so you have
Yeah.
to memorize anything. So it's gonna be challenging, but I'm also excited at doing it again, doing theater again, live entertainment, that's
Wow, that's fantastic. Are you making that announcement right now for the first time that
yes,
you're doing
yes,
this?
absolutely, absolutely. It's a brand new project that I guess maybe I don't supposed to talk too much about it, but it's gonna be out, soon.
Well, you're not saying the name. You're not saying names, but you're just introducing it. I think that's wonderful.
Thank you.
We'll definitely link all the stuff that you're doing and people who are interested. But if you can give young Latinos advice on how to get started in the business, what would you recommend to them?
Well, definitely preparation, education,
How?
as much education. I remember, when I was pretty broke, you try to build your credit, you try to invest in your education, get a credit card, build your credit, invest in yourself, and
Go to classes,
yeah,
right?
you need to
Learn.
take classes. You have to put yourself in conservatory. You have to speak English. Try to really further your English and try to continue to grow in the business or any industry that you are passionate about. And just
Yeah.
work hard,
Yeah.
work hard 7 days a week. There is really no time to lose and no time to rest.
Right.
So when you
Right.
want
Right.
to excel, you have to be ready to work hard. And that's the only
Yeah.
way that we succeed. And I feel like most Latinos are ready. They come here really to do that. So I think it's just know that you can do it. You keep going, and when you feel down and you feel alone, you just keep doing it, knowing that it's going to pay off and that one day you're going to see the results of your hard work.
Yeah, I think that I don't think it's Latinos or Hispanics having a hard time getting into the dance or getting into the I think that's already established. I think with the temperature of what's happening here in America, it's very difficult for people because they're not hiring. You don't see a lot of Latinos, on television. You don't see a lot of Latinos on movies. I mean, I not to
Yeah.
represent the 20% here in America.
Mhm. Yeah, it's under.
Definitely not representing 20% of America. Black Americans is 13%.
Yeah,
Hispanics and Latinos, that's 20%,
yeah.
and it's not being represented. I just think and it's a travesty that their talent is not being seeked out, in the community of the Hispanic community. But you haven't found any type of prejudice
Listen, it
in
happens.
your,
I talked to my
community or
manager about it
dancing?
too because I don't wanna just continue to audition for the nanny or for the cleaning lady or for
Right,
I would
exactly.
like to play I think I can play a lawyer. I have many friends like myself that are Latinas that are doctors, so the reality, unfortunately, you're right, we are underrepresented in Hollywood, and that is
Yeah,
the major problem for all minorities that are gonna be majorities, right? Black,
right,
Hispanic, Asians, we're all underrepresented,
right,
and it's a shame, and it's changing, but it's changing slow. It's definitely
right.
changing slowly, so we need to move it faster and forward and hopefully get more Latina women involved in the business because, again, there is a lot of male, that are running the show, and
Oh,
that's the problem.
oh, of course, there's a lot of male running the show. Not only are white Hispanic women competing with other non-Hispanic women, you have the Afro Latinos also trying to compete for those same roles, and they're like, "Well, I'm Afro Latina," so they're also competing with the African Americans.
Yeah,
So it's a lot of competition out there,
absolutely.
and I think we have to get Selena Gomez to open up her own production company,
Right.
and
Yeah, absolutely.
just like Tyler Perry. I mean, my God,
Yeah,
open up her own. I mean, because she has the means. Well, a lot of Latinos, big Latinos, have the means to open up, big production companies and really represent
absolutely. A lot
and
of
and
people,
help
a
the
lot of great
communities.
artists do that, like Spike Lee, he does his own movies. Absolutely. Oh,
Yes, he
oh, for
does.
sure.
Look at Tyler Perry. He moved all the way down, I believe, to Georgia. He has a big studio down there, and all he does is support the Afro American
That's
community.
great. That's
All his movies, all his movies, and you don't hear anybody saying shit about that,
right. Right.
right?
Right.
You
No.
don't hear anybody saying, "Hey, why is he being so prejudiced and just hiring black people all his
Right.
movies?" But no one's saying anything about that.
Right. No, you can.
But
It's much needed. It's a much needed.
exactly, exactly. So I think that hopefully more doors will open for Latinos and Hispanics because there's a lot of talent out there.
Yes.
You're definitely bringing a lot of the talent in. And tell me about the award that you were honored with this year, Talia.
Oh, it's El Diario. El Diario is the longest running newspaper in the United States and here in New York. And they
Oh,
are very active, of course, with the community of Hispanics living in the United States, specifically New York. So they have an award, it's called Mujeres Destacadas, women that, highlighting women that are doing special things with the community. So it was really nice surprise to be awarded for my work, I guess bringing dance and bringing entertainment to the community. So that was
yes.
great. I got to meet a lot of amazing women in the business, and certainly it's very nice to be recognized by, the community, the larger community of Hispanics living in New York. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, Talia, I enjoyed having you on.
Like,
I'm
yeah,
so glad that you found the time to come on my
of course.
podcast and
Thank
talk about
you.
everything that you do. I love that you're bringing salsa into the communities and it's free, everybody. So get out there in New York. If you're in New York on a Monday or a Friday, are you still having Wednesdays?
Yeah, we're doing Wednesday. We do free classes from all over the world on Wednesdays at Greeley Square from 6 until 7. So definitely, yeah, connect on social media. Salsa with Talia is my handle and my website, and come dance with me. Absolutely.
Well, I will definitely. Oh,
There we go. You're ready to dance.
I will definitely link all your information on the description. So if anybody want to get a hold of Talia or learn about anything that she's doing, everything will be in the notes. And Talia, thank you so much for coming to Ride to Independence. It was a pleasure to have you.
So much fun. Thank you so much, and I can.
Adios. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye.